Hi everybody.
Good evening, morning.
Afternoon, moon day.
Yes.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll News cast.
For September 14th, 2012.
2012.
I know it's the September 14th.
It's right there.
Well, I mean, not that. Not because of that.
Oh. It's right there.
Well, it's the day you can pre-order phones.
Whoa, what kind of phone can you pre-order?
Well, I played a game of pre-order my iPhone 5.
Whoa.
Which I apparently won't get anyways until like a week after. If Fido is being stupid.
Well,
all carriers are like that, I think. All the reservation systems. Like through Bell and Telus and they're all similar. And I don't feel like paying $700 for a unlocked phone.
Why not?
Because it's $700. When I have $200 that I can just use right now in Fido and say, here.
Yes.
I still had to buy out my contract, but it was still relatively inexpensive.
That's not bad then.
$170, but it was like $90 plus $10 for every month. So my contract was expiring next month, next year.
Oh.
November. So next month, next year. So I had to buy that out, which I wasn't gonna wait until next year for a new iPhone.
No. So.
And this phone is actually kind of showing its age now. Weirdly enough.
That's how technology does.
Yeah, slows everything down.
So what else have you been up to, Tony?
Other
than the game of pre-order.
I really didn't play a damn video game this week. Like, I honestly I played TF2. That's about it. I really didn't turn on my PlayStation this week.
Wow.
Not even to watch Netflix.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, I've been busy. I played a game of Buy a Car.
You did play that game, yes.
It's an expensive game. It's an expensive game.
Can you pre-order that one, Tony?
I pre-ordered it way in advance. So, yeah, I've been running around making sure that is fine. Car is good. It's a nice car.
Cars go vroom vroom?
Zoom zoom.
Ooh.
So, I'm on a hunt for car-related accessories that aren't stupidly overpriced.
I know, that's the big issue with that.
Yeah, like I'm looking for, because my deck doesn't have Bluetooth in it.
Yeah. And
I had to taste the Bluetooth with another car, and I'm like, this is amazingly butterily smooth. Because I would jump into the car, and it would read my phone, and then it would play the music off my phone when I hit play on the phone. So seamless.
Yeah.
Like literally that's my one thing that I wish I had in my car.
Bluetooth.
Yeah. So I've been looking around for Bluetooth adapters, and I've been getting hit or miss stuff. I mean, there was a way you could do Bluetooth into the auxiliary port through an RCA jack.
Oh yeah.
But the dude at the shop or London Drugs was like, yeah, that's not that great. If you already have an auxiliary port, you might as well just use that.
Right.
And I do agree with him, but if I had a Bluetooth, I wouldn't have to always...
You're just looking for the simplicity.
Yes.
But, I mean, plugging in a little,
it's not too bad. And
if you can get the right dock that you just literally get in your car and go, boom.
That's really what I'm looking for right now. And I don't really need a dock that has the 30-pin connector either. Yeah. Because of the phone. We'll talk about that later.
You need something with a USB in, almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking when I get the new iPhone, then I'm gonna buy like 2 of those cables. Yeah. Because I'll get the one with the phone, and I'll get the other 2 for like one for my car and one for home. Yeah. I think, because the cord costs less than the 30-pin adapter. Oh. The 30-pin adapter is $31. Yep. The cable is $21, and I'm like,
okay.
Why? I mean, at this point, I'm gonna have like useless cables all over my place, anyways. Yeah. So, and the thing is ugly as sin. The adapter, it's like a giant brick.
Awesome.
So I'm like, this doesn't even look cool. So. Yeah, I would totally buy like 2 or 3 cables, and I think I would be okay with that to replace all my cables. And thus is the new technology thing. I'll just keep the clock on so we can keep track of the time.
Do you want to put it here? That way you're not just a disembodied floating head.
I like being a disembodied floating head. At least a floating head. And we can see when the temperature changes.
I know.
I love that thing, by the way. It's so simplistic.
There you go.
So I literally haven't been playing any game because I've been out driving, getting things going.
Using your car for car-related things?
Car-related things.
That's just kooky.
I know.
You're just kooky.
I know. I can actually go on dates now. And, like, go to schools and stuff. Jess stole my bus pass. But then again, I don't really care. I don't really use it anymore.
Oh, dear.
She needed it for something real quick, and I'm like, hey, here you go. And then I haven't seen her since.
Oh.
So I'll see her tomorrow. I'll be like, bus pass?
Tomorrow.
It's Monday. She wasn't at school today, was she?
Yeah, she was here.
Okay, I didn't see her.
Yep, she was. She's in my
I'll see her.
American Lit course.
Ooh, that sounds neat.
Yeah, contemporary American Lit. We talk about racism and death.
Like Americans.
Yep. It's actually a pretty heavy course. And we have this one girl, and I will share this because it's a pretty funny story, but we had this one girl who was, she's like, I don't like I like, Prince Charmings and where everything turns out right in the end and blah, 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 blah.
You were in the wrong class.
And McNamara looked at her and literally went like, you were in the wrong class then, because none of the stories are really going to end happy or good. And then Elida was sitting there, and she's like, that means I'm in the right class. And I'm like, I can't wait. I love books that don't end like regular books. So.
You get beat up by racism.
Yeah.
Because of racism.
Well, I like it when stories are real.
Mm-hmm.
Like they feel real. It's not like, oh, we're gonna tack on a happy ending because we want you to feel good after you finish this book. If I feel like poop after a really serious novel,
I think
I'm okay with that.
I think the novel's done its job.
Yep. Then I'm okay with it.
Because it's checked off its requirements of.
Yeah, because we've read one right now where
drama and stuff.
Where racism in America is still going on, but everybody's starting to get equal rights.
Oh. What time? So it's like classic, so probably like 1970s or something like that.
It's a little earlier than that. So because everything's the movement's kind of just starting.
Oh, gotcha.
And then now we're reading one that's based in 1906, where no one has rights other than white people.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. So. And immigrants it's more immigrants than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even just focusing on black and white. It's focusing on anybody else coming into America from outside of America. So it's kooky, man.
I should be in that class.
It's heavy stuff.
I feel like I should be in that class.
It's pretty good.
I don't need to be in it.
No, it's just more money that you can spend. Read more books. You can just read the books. I can give you the book list.
Cool. I'll just read their books when you're not reading them.
Yeah, exactly. Are you done with that one yet? Yeah. Can I read it? Sure. But yeah. I don't know how I've gotten time. I don't think I've spent much time playing any games this week. Well, I've played a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Just not a long period of time on any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I played the new NHL 13.
I hear it's like hockey, but more really.
They every once in a while, these games like to dick around with physics.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, now it's ultra real. I have a problem in a game, because the game's supposed to make me feel like I can play hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Not make it look like me actually playing hockey. So this one, you press forward and you start skating, and you build up speed,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, if you're skating fast, you can't turn. Quickly.
Well, do you think is that what people have been asking since, I guess, 2012?
I don't know. Well, 2010 was the big kind of rehaul, or 2009 was the big rehaul of the engine.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is kind of the next rehaul of the engine. I don't know. Because to me, the real physics, you sit there and you go to deke, and if you're going faster than the puck is going, the puck doesn't stay with you.
Oh.
You'll actually leave the puck behind.
Like real
hockey.
hockey.
If you're not.
Because the puck's inertia is way different from a human body.
From yours, yeah. So it's a little confusing coming from the previous games.
So if I were to jump into it, because I haven't played one since 1994.
You might be okay. You'd be a little confused a bit.
But, I mean, only because I've never played one since the Sega Genesis.
Yeah. So, yeah, the controls have changed quite a bit since then. Actually, there is a 1994 mode.
Neat.
Yeah. They put that in 2011, so it's literally like a shoot button, a pass button.
Oh.
And those act as your check. It's like playing the
Isn't that only on, the PlayStation or something like that?
No, it's on all of them.
Okay, because I know that NHL and the PlayStation got something exclusive.
I don't know.
Something a weird, exclusive mode.
I don't know. So
NHL.
NHL, Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yes.
It is a Tekken game.
Do you like Tekken? I hear it's a very good Tekken game. I used to like Tekken, and then Tekken 5 came out.
Tekken Tag Tournament, because I'm not sure if they revolve around the same stories.
Tekken Tag 1 never had a story. Yeah. It never, I think
this one's still just like, oh, there's a bunch of people getting into a big fight, and all these characters from the past game are going to show up.
Yeah, because it's over, like, I'm going to say, like, the 55-ish characters.
There's a lot of characters, and you can dress them all up. Mm-hmm. Like, you can customize all their looks.
Have you seen the trailer for the Wii U edition?
No.
Everybody has costumes from all the Nintendo characters.
Nice.
So you can dress up the girls as Princess Peach, or a Daisy.
Well, my friend pre-ordered
Peach.
So he got all the swimsuits.
Oh, good. No, isn't that for Dead or Alive 5?
No, that's for this too.
Okay.
If you pre-ordered from EB Games or whatever, you got a bunch of extra costumes and a Snoop Dogg stage, because everybody needs that.
What's this? Wait, isn't it Snoop Lion?
What?
Yeah, he changed his name.
I don't know. I think it's 2 G's. Just hit enter. It'll show up if there's any news.
Yeah, he changed his name. Becomes Snoop Lion.
Well, either way, in the game, he's still Snoop Dogg.
Okay, so
and he sits upon his throne. And oh god. And so he sits upon his throne, and there's a song of his in the background.
Is it even a recognizable Snoop Dogg?
No, I believe it is. The guy sitting on the throne. Mm-hmm. I can't tell because you're trying to fight.
Yeah, you don't notice.
You're really not noticed. The only thing you notice is the really repetitive song that goes over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
So that sounds like a shameless self-promotion.
It is a horrible stage because it is annoying as hell. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, Snoop Dogg or Lion stage sounds really terrible.
The swimsuits are funny. Because you can act like all the guys got swimsuits too.
Oh, so they're on like what, Speedos?
No, they have those like loincloth type ones that you see in Japanese and Chinese movies, like the long drape here, and then it like goes straight up their butt in the back kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But you can put the panda in that, or not the grizzly bear goes in that. I think the panda gets an actual swimsuit, and some of the other characters get like floaties and stuff. Mm-hmm. So. It's really funny. The swimsuits are actually really ridiculously funny. So that made me giggle. And again, it's a Tekken game.
Yeah, it's all floaty. You can juggle. It's not floaty, but it's more juggling the dudes in the air.
Well, and getting the combos are a lot different than most other fighting games, just because it's a Tekken game. Mm-hmm. So they try to make the fighting more realistic than anything else. Oh God. That's going to be horrendous.
It looks really neat. And he apparently can use that sword.
Yeah, you can use weapons.
Okay, so weapons is a thing?
They have little, we equipped one girl in her bathing suit, and she had a combat knife.
Oh, where was the combat knife?
In her hand.
Oh, so it's not like...
No, she holds it, so every time she uses her left hand, mm-hmm. she does extra damage with the combat knife.
Oh, so there's a hint of RPG-ness in it.
Yeah. Like baby amounts, and so there's a sledgehammer that you can apparently use as a move that like straps onto their back.
Check it out.
Oh God.
Koopa's shell and a Mario suit.
That's scary as all hell.
Exclusive to the Wii U.
I would hope so. So yeah, Tekken Tag.
Anything else?
Scott Pilgrim, but I've played that before.
Yeah.
Good game.
And a fantastic game.
Yes. And Darksiders 2.
Ooh.
I played a little bit of Darksiders 2.
And your thoughts? You were a fan of the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the first one. I thought it was a good game, but it wasn't my favorite game, but you liked it.
I did. I like the Zelda. Like, it's a Zelda God of War appeal. Yeah. Kind of a mix of the two. Just because it's Zelda with a darker feel to it. I like Death more as a character. His model is more appealing to me. Mm-hmm. And you get items this time. Like, you can actually get equipable items.
Oh, good.
So, like gloves and boots and stuff to wear over your... Yeah, so there's stats.
So like a loot hunting game?
Yep, definitely loot-based. When you cracked open the chests before, it just gave you like little health orbs and that kind of stuff.
So like
those are gone. There's now health potions and wrath potions.
Okay.
And inside the chest there could be gold and or other weapons.
Yeah.
I got one weapon that was a possessed weapon, and they eat other items. Like you can choose to like feed it other items, and it will level up. So you don't get like a secondary like throwing weapon type of deal. Like so you did in the last one. Remember in the last one there was that one button, then you would get that secondary weapon. This one, you get your secondary weapon as to what falls off enemies. Okay. So like I have a Giganto axe as my secondary weapon.
So is that that's kind of like Castlevania then?
A little bit.
Because like Castlevania, you picked up the weapon. Well, especially because I'm playing Symphony of the Night right now.
Yeah.
Ish, kind of playing it on and off. But yeah, like in Symphony of the Night, you would pick up the weapon. You would have your little heart meter. How many times you could use it?
This one, you can use it continually until, of course, you pick up something better. But the whole point with the possessed weapon is you kind of keep it and you keep feeding it weapons and it slowly upgrades. And as it upgrades, whatever you fed it, you can pick one of those stats.
Oh.
So if you fed it something that does shock damage, it'll once it levels up, it goes, well, your damage is increased and the last stat that you added is increased, but now you can add shock damage.
Okay.
And I'm like, score! So you add some shock damage and all of a sudden you get this weapon that's, pretty wicked cool. Even your scythes you get new scythes constantly.
Yeah, that scythe combat looked really neat from what I saw.
It's pretty much the same as the last game.
It looked a little bit more fluid. And very much more RPG for that.
With all the items and stuff, way more RPG-ish. And it starts off, it's essentially Zelda. They start you off on a little here's your first dungeon, beat this guy up and destroy this boss, yay! And then I now have to go to 2 temples to release this magic essence.
Oh.
Before I can continue on to the Tree of Life, which I'm assuming once I get to the Tree of Life, I will be given 6 more dungeons or 7 more dungeons that I have to complete.
Sounds like Zelda. Sounds like those kind of...
But I mean, the first Darksiders did that too. They're like, oh, beat these things. And you're like, okay. And then you come back and they're like, oh, you did those 3 things. Now you have to go and do 7 of these things. And you go, see where you guys are coming from.
I see what you copied.
Yeah. So, but the game still has that dark undertone. This time you're not in a ruined city, which I kind of like. That they got away from all that. You're now in some mystical land of the creators. So.
Yeah,
because you're going to resurrect humanity
as death
to save war. So, and the bonus on this game is you get your horse right away.
Oh yeah.
Darksiders 1, you had to get to a certain point and save your horse. This one, you start off and you have your horse.
Do you think there's potential for more Darksiders? Should this one sell enough?
I don't know. And THQ, I mean, is already in trouble as we've talked about
THQ
before.
Watch.
But I don't know how this game will end.
Yeah.
Because if this game ends very kind of... The last game, I guess, ends with... I never actually finished it, but War ends up being trapped. And Death comes to deal for his soul kind of thing.
THQ went down 0.02 to $4.09 a stock.
That means it went up at some point.
Well, no.
Oh, no, it's still dropping.
If you look at the...
Yeah, it's still dropping.
Yeah.
Cool.
It went up in beginning of April.
Awesome.
That's probably when they announced Darksiders 2 release date.
I'm surprised with all the Darksiders 2's selling that they wouldn't do more. Because, yeah, it's definitely a game that...
It's really their only game.
It is their only game right now.
That one and, Saints Row 3, but that one's kind of... it's not selling as quite as good as it used to.
And Darksiders, I don't know. I like it, but I'm not sure if I would keep playing it. Even Darksiders 1, I played through a bunch of it, and I got to a point, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. So, I
don't know. I was on the fence about the whole Darksiders stuff, and then I just kind of let it fall off to the wayside, because I picked up Sleeping Dogs.
Yes, you did.
Because it came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to speak Cantonese.
Yeah.
So...
No, and I did. So
sounds a little bit more than average.
Yes,
above average.
If you liked the first one,
then you're well.
You will like the second one. And the elements of the second one are way more in depth, and they've done a lot more. So that's cool. But at the same time, there's probably better games out there.
I would argue maybe Sleeping Dogs.
I haven't played Sleeping Dogs, so I couldn't really...
I can board I'm 100% it, so...
You've 100% it, oh god.
Well, no, finish as much as I feel like I want to finish.
Yeah. And other than that, I've read, I got the Justice League,
the
New
comics.
52, Volume 1, and Ultimate Spider-Man, Volume 1 of the new Spider-Man. So, I am not impressed by either of them.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Justice League, I don't know. I think the New 52 release could have been done better because as something that's supposed to bring in new readers, it was still very convoluted and hard to get into because there's still like 8 Batman comics that come out and you go, well, which ones do I read? And thankfully in the back of Volume 1 they kind of showed the new concept for all their costumes. Mm-hmm. Well, the new costume for Superman is explained in Action Comics issue 1.
Oh, but you don't...
So if I got Volume 1 of Action Comics...
Yeah, because you mentioned that it was an interesting staggered release of comics.
I'm not... Well, yeah, and the way that they cut stuff off, DC is now only going to have 52 running comics at a time. Mm-hmm. So if they want to bring in a new series, they have to cut another one from somewhere else. That's the shtick. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there going, that's still a lot of comics.
Yeah, because Marvel only runs, 2 or 3? Not 2 or 3, but like, in terms of series ones?
Well, no, they're like series they have...
Ultimates?
Yeah, but I mean, Spider-Man has Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, there's already 4.
Yeah.
So Batman has Batman, The Dark Knight, The Great Detective. They have a bunch of Batman ones. So that's what they mean by New 52, is 52 individual different lines. So, I mean, Marvel still has a ton, but they haven't done this whole, like, oh, we're going to make it easier for people to jump in yet. Mm-hmm. I still think 52 is a lot of comics.
Well, I think that the appeal is if you like one set of comics, then you will go for that one. Because they wanted to kind of spread the comics like series over 52.
Yes.
And whoever works what, you can pick up that one series. So if you only wanted the Great Detective, you can read that one.
Yeah, but my thing is now, at the beginning of Justice League, I feel like, and Marvel's done this with all their big events, is put something at the beginning going, if you want to see the origins of Batman, like the new Batman, check out, Batman Comics Volume 1, or Issue 1. Like, start there. If you want to see, like, where if you want the befores of what's happening before the Justice League, read this comic, read this comic, read this comic, read this comic. Because there's a couple Superman comics, too. So do you start with Action Comics, or do you start with, the other Superman comic?
I don't know.
But if you read the back, which isn't included in anything, that's just because I bought the trade.
Yeah.
If you buy that, it says, he figures out his costume in Action Comics.
Like how are you supposed to know that? Like,
and that's my complaint is I wish they would put something
some sort of a Wikipedia or something.
And even Wikipedia is useless. I looked there too because I'm like, well, where should I start? Because I'm interested in potentially the Justice League, and potentially Justice League if all the characters mesh well. And other than that, I'd read Green Lantern, and I'd read The Flash, and I'd read Batman, all on their own. But where do I start for everybody? And you look online, you look everywhere, and no one says, like, where to start. So that kind of...
I think the idea is that you just pick one and go.
You kind of...
Whether or not...
I guess so, but...
Like, if you like this series, then you can just keep reading that series.
And it would be great if I could go online and see, like, the first, few pages of issue 1.
I think you can't do that.
I'm not sure.
I think you can... I think if you get the DC app on the iPad and iPhone, you can read the first few pages before you buy it.
Because I would like to, if, Batman, whatever that one is, starts off with issue 1 going like, Bruce Wayne, this is what happened, this is his life story, now Batman. I'd go, okay, so this is where I could start and actually have like a firm beginning to this new Batman series that they've started. Because everybody kind of had a reset.
Yeah, that was the idea with the New 52.
That was the new idea with the New 52 is you kind of get level playing ground, you can just come into the story, that kind of stuff. So, and I mean the Flash and the Green Lantern, I'd like to kind of get a judge on where their comics should start. So, to me, that's my thing. That's because you get the origin for Cyborg or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's the robot character.
He gets an intro because he is created in Justice League Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
I believe Aquaman shows up in this. I'm not sure if he has his own comic yet.
I'm surprised they wouldn't if they didn't.
But I know Superman does, and I know like Batman does, and Wonder Woman, the Flash do. So
yeah.
But I don't want to spend I think $17 on a trade paperback.
I'm pretty sure if you went onto like the DC 52 site, you can read the first couple pages.
Which would be good, because I'd like to be able to do that, because otherwise, Justice League intrigued me enough that I'd like to look into it more, but... And Ultimate Spider-Man I don't like anymore, so...
Oh, really?
Nope. They killed Peter Parker, spoilers,
right.
And...
it's a little late for that.
Well, it's been almost a year.
Almost, I would say almost more, because they've been talking about it forever.
Oh, I know. Well, there's only... Yeah, it's been about a year, because they're getting to issue 12 now, I think. So it's been about a year since Peter Parker died, and this new Spider-Man comes in, and my biggest issue with him is he gets bit by accident by a genetically altered spider from Oscorp.
Like Spider-Man.
And he gets spider powers.
Like Spider-Man.
Yep.
So were you expecting something different?
I kind of was, because I thought he even gets the with great power comes great responsibility speech.
Oh, God.
He shows up at the funeral of Peter Parker, and he looks at, like, he gets to kind of the front of the line, and he says something, he shouts to Gwen Stacy, who's at the funeral, and goes, like, why did he do what he did? And Gwen's all pissed off because she thinks that he's just some, like, punk-ass kid. So she goes over, and she's like, a great man once told him that with great power comes great responsibility, and that's, like, the credo that he lived his entire life. And this kid all of a sudden goes, oh, man, I have to live that way now. So he is essentially...
Carbon copying.
Peter Parker, but black.
Not that makes a difference, I don't think.
It makes no difference. Like, his character is identical. The only thing that they've now changed is he has told a couple of his friends that he has powers. Like, his best buddy knows that he has powers. Because, and that was the only cool part of the whole thing, is I'm going, he acted like a normal person would act. He's sticking to ceilings.
Yeah.
What are you going, he goes and tells his friend. Because he's, 15, somewhere in that age range.
Yeah. Where
he goes and all of a sudden it's like, dude, look what I can do. Sticks to the ceiling. Because who's not going to do that? It never made sense to me that, like, Peter Parker kept it that much of a secret from the people close to him. Like, I can see the adults, because that gets into a whole different range, but all of a sudden, like, Peter Parker has friends, because in the Ultimate Comics he did have friends. You think, like, oh my god, I can stick to ceilings. Run over to Mary Jane's house like, oh my god, I can stick to ceilings. Because they were friends in the Ultimate Comic universe. So you think he'd be over there in like 2 seconds, like, look what I can do, look what I can do, look what I can do. Because you would.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do.
If you had, like, if you got super speed, you'd be like, whoosh, guess what I can do? How did you get to my house?
I sold my car.
Yeah. So.
I have no idea. But yeah, that's too bad that you're not into that, because I know you're all about the grill about Spider-Man.
Well, like I said, my only thing is Marvel's doing their own New 52 thing next month. Where they're not rebooting franchises, but they're creating a jump-on point. So I can all of a sudden get into the Amazing Spider-Man. And actually get in with the real universe. So, that's exciting to me. But yeah. That has been that in school and...
Yeah. Maybe next week I'll actually do video games, something.
Meh.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, and I pre-ordered something too, so...
We all pre-ordered.
Everybody spend large amounts of cash.
Yay.
Everybody keeps asking me why I ordered this too. Should we get to the news? Because then we can talk about all of our... Okay, the news!
Yeah. News! 2 big things happened this week.
Obviously, first up.
The iPhone 5 officially announced, which is a silly name for it, but
considering
whatever.
it's the sixth
generation. Seeing as how it's the 6th generation running the A6 processor.
Whatever.
Anyways, either way, whatever. I'm looking forward to it because I want to play with Siri on my phone. I want to ask Siri stupid questions and do the fancy map stuff. So the iPhone 5 is officially out. Pre-orders up today. If you are looking to pre-order it, too bad, because the first hour the Apple site was up. If you pre-ordered it, you were gonna get it on time.
Cool.
Like on the 21st, which is this the
which
new
is
phone.
the release.
With the release, with the new iPod refresh line as well. So if you ordered within the hour or two, great. Now you're looking at like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
So your best bet would be to go to the store
and actually
be a crazy person and line up.
Yep.
For the iPhone 5.
Yep.
So same pricing as before.
Yep.
Which shocked a lot of people, I think. Just because of the amount of, well, not new technology, but the amount of changes that they're doing to the system.
Yeah.
You know, taller screen, taller screen, new OLED technology going into it because it now uses less battery.
Yep.
That's why the battery life is now the same as the iPhone 4S, even with LTE chip in it.
Yep.
Which sucks a lot of juice out. There is a better camera. You know Apple's magic numbers. They go, it's 18% thinner, but it's 18% thinner though. And then they'll put it in like big bold letters. It's 18% thinner.
Yeah.
I don't care about that stuff. I care about LTE technology just because I can finally surf at like 500 megabytes per second. So that's my big thing about it. It comes in black and white, or as they say, black and slate, or white and silver or something. So
yeah.
So just black and white.
Yep.
So black and white. Pre-orders are up. I'm pre-ordering from one of the Canadian
service providers. Yeah.
Service providers, Fido. So hopefully that will go smoothly. We'll see. Even though theirs is confirmed to be a week later, but I will actually have it. I don't have to, get
line
into a
up like
lineup
a crazy
for it.
person. Yeah.
I will try and line up I'll see what happens when I try and line up like a crazy person. For starters, I don't.
Because if you can get it.
If I can get it like on the weekend, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll take it. And it's not like I'm spending any extra money.
Yeah.
It's the same money that's coming out of my Fido bucks.
Yeah.
So, and the Fido guys are totally okay with me canceling it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you can get it early, I mean.
Yeah.
It's not like Fido is going to order a phone for you
yes.
and not be able to sell it.
It's pretty much it. That's the idea. The idea is that they'll hold on to the phone for 11 days after it's out.
Yeah.
Or after it gets to wherever store I'm getting it from.
And if you don't go pick it up,
they'll just sell it to some dude, right. Which I don't think they'll have a problem with.
Yeah, no one's going to be like, oh my god, I can't sell this phone.
Yeah, oh boy. It's like if I put this here.
Where did it go? Yeah.
So that's coming out 16 gigs, 32 gigs, and 64 gigs. I opted for the 16 gig. My current iPhone 4 is a 32 gig. But the only reason why I didn't get an equally sized iPhone 5 is because I'm going to be using this as my really expensive music player.
Right.
So this is going to be all my music, whereas my iPhone 5 will only have my apps, which takes up most of the space.
Right.
In these phones.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to doing. $199, $299, or $199, $299, and $399 if you're looking for a plan. But, of course, these are all world phones, so you can buy them unlocked for an outrageous amount of money.
Yeah.
Upwards of $900. That's insane.
And people do it.
I can't believe people do it. That really boggles my mind. And then when they resell it, they'll resell it for like $1,500.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
And people will buy it.
I don't understand that. Like
it's a phone.
I can get it for $200 or $699. $200, $700. I'm already going to be on Fido, so
yeah, you already know who your service provider is.
It's not like I hate Fido, so
yeah. It also comes with the new EarPods.
The EarPod technology, they're touting it as better.
Well, they look like earphones that can actually go in my ear.
Yeah, so
that's a win.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see them on the 21st when you get your Nano. Yeah. But I have no real preference on earphones, honestly. Like even those old ones are fine for me. But apparently,
and I buy $8 headphones.
Yeah, and
I have no problem ever finding headphones, but if I get the free pair with my Nano that actually work,
so maybe they'll be fun.
Then I'll wear them.
Another big change on all the refresh devices, including the new iPod lineup, is the new Lightning connector.
Yes.
Which is instead of a 30-pin connector, it is now a 9 or 8-pin connector, which is about this thin now compared to about that thick.
Which is tiny.
Which it saves a lot of space. Technology-wise, I'm super excited for that. Even though it's been leaked forever and ever and ever. So, the one thing that they're saying now is it can do a lot more than what the 30-pin connector has. They've somehow thrown enough magic at it to simplify it Works backwards and forwards. Doesn't really. I know some people don't care. I really care about that, because when I'm sleeping at night and I need to charge my phone, my lights aren't on. What aren't you?
See, I don't have that problem, because I plug my phone in before I go to sleep. So, and even if I don't, I reach down and go, nope, done.
Yeah, but the difference is because you have a micro USB.
Yes.
It literally won't go in one way.
Yes.
Whereas a 30-pin connector.
Yes.
It's the same size backwards and forwards.
That I can understand.
It's backwards and forwards, the same size. So you push it hard enough, you're breaking something. So that's a neat. I like that.
Yes.
I'm very handy. And of course, if you are like many people everywhere who have a billion of these 30-pin connectors, they are selling a connector dock thing compatibly for the 30-pin connector to the lightning cable, which don't buy. I think it's ridiculous, because you can buy the new cable for $21, or you can buy this adapter for $31. So
the only thing is if you have a dock.
A dock.
Yeah.
A dock makes the most amount of sense.
Because some of those like mine in my car.
Yeah, yours
goes through that 30-pin connector.
Yeah.
Right into the iPod, which plays my music.
So you might need to get it if you want to stick with your little thing.
Well, see, and here's my trick. Because Jen's iPod Nano died. Mm-hmm. When it went through the washing machine. Mm-hmm. So she needs a new Nano, but right now she's using my iPod Touch. Mm-hmm. So when I get a new Nano, just because mine will be retired to like in-house use, kind of like it will sit there and be pretty.
As much as it can.
Yeah. What I'm going to try doing is loading up music just for car on the iPod Touch. Mm-hmm. And that one will just stay in my car, and I can plug it in, because it'll still have the 30-pin connector, and I won't care, and the interface is bigger, so when I'm driving it'll be easier.
Yeah. Even though the Nano's getting a nice touchscreen, it's still pretty small. It's
still small, and at least the iPod Touch I can just go boop, 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 and everything just does. Mm-hmm. And the iPod Nano now has all my running stuff on it, and it's smaller, and it's back to a regular normal person size, as opposed to that stupid square size.
I was indifferent about that. I didn't really care too much.
The only thing with that square size was there was no buttons except that.
And the buttons to get to the home, it's like you needed to hold the screen for, which I thought was really weird.
So everything was like, you're sitting there like, you play with it in the store and you're literally like holding this thing like, so unless you bought that watch strap adapter, you looked like an idiot. So, and I don't think they sold all that many, because they've now gone back to the tall, slim size. But so this is essentially just a bigger screen.
And what I do like is they added in the volume rockers on the side.
Yep, and home button at the bottom.
Yep, because it's touchy now.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a bunch of new iOS products getting refreshed next week, you're getting them. New iPod Touch, new iPod Nano, new iPhone.
Yep.
So I will see about lining up like a weirdo, like a weirdo. I don't know, because the mall's closed at 9, and we're usually done at like 7, say.
Yeah.
So I think if I got there at 7, they won't let me in.
Sure they would.
But like into the lineup, because there will be a lineup.
Oh, there will be a lineup.
So, the only saving grace would be that I have to imagine that everyone is also more crazier than me, and they're buying the unlocked one.
Oh, well, then there you go.
So, and as far as I know, not many people use Fido.
No, not as far as
I know 2 people that use Fido.
Yeah, everybody else in this city is Rogers and Telus.
Rogers and Telus, so Rogers Telus Bell.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, "What's a Fido?" And I'm like, $5, duh.
What I do like about Apple launches is they'll stick all of you crazy people in a line.
Yep, and then you can still walk in and touch
and you can still walk in and buy, like, because I'll be there to buy an iPod.
Yeah.
So
we can go buy one. We can get you an iPod, and I'll be weird.
You'll still be standing in line, like,
yeah.
Nick, oh my God,
I got a phone. Yeah. That's an iPhone. iPhone 4.
Oh. My phone's up there.
Crunch.
Yeah.
I need a new phone.
Sorry, we just sold out of all of our Fido ones.
No. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't think they had a problem with the iPhone 4 launch.
No, all of their launches have been really smooth.
Like, it's other than just congestion because of the device registration stuff, which it's pretty thin or pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's what I mean. They corral you all to one side of the store.
Yeah.
And everybody else can walk in like, "Hi, I'm here to buy a laptop. Do I have to get into that crazy ass line?" No.
No. So, I will see about if I can get one on the Friday.
Yeah.
I don't think so though.
So
here's to hoping. And plus, everyone will be buying like the 32 and 64 gigabyte.
Right. If you're getting the smaller version.
I don't really care about the size thing.
Because it's more just apps. Because if you're using a different device for music, it's really just apps.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think my biggest app so far is like 500 megabytes or something like that. And I do manage my apps. I do.
Well, see, and I have 8 gigs on this, on my phone. And I mean, I can increase mine because I have an Android, but 8 gigs is fine for me, and I have way more games than I ever play on this thing.
You also play games you shouldn't be playing, but that's a different story.
I've got rid of most of them. I got rid of the really annoying one. None of my current apps like make me go
storage
cuckoo bananas. So
iCloud storage. I have not used my iCloud storage.
See, and you still have iCloud stuff.
Yeah, the iCloud stuff is more for holding the data.
Yeah.
Of which apps you have, because when you buy a new iPhone or even an iPod Touch or an iPad, they strongly recommend that you don't sync your old phone onto it.
Right.
Just because it's subtle differences with iOS and the device, you always want to restart.
Yeah.
Like from fresh. My biggest app is The Seventh Guest, which is 700 megabytes.
There you go.
And I've played it like twice. I only bought it because it was $1.
That's what I mean.
And it was a really fun game. And if I want to get it again, I can re-download it.
Yeah.
Seriously, like as far as apps go, my music is the biggest one right now.
Right.
At 7 gigs.
Right.
So.
And that's what I mean. So
and that's not even all my music on here.
Right. So if that just becomes a music player,
and I'll have like a couple apps on here for music related stuff, or if I want to like screw around with, I don't know, say Yelp or Chrome. Chrome I'll keep on here because Chrome is amazing.
Well, and I mean it'll still be Wi-Fi compatible, so you'll be fine on that.
Yeah.
So.
And a little bit peeved that Fido doesn't have LTE yet in Edmonton, so when I get my phone, it'll just say 3G.
Yeah, well.
And I'm like, but they're working on it by the end of the year, so. Which is kind of dumb because Calgary has LTE, but not Edmonton.
Yeah, well, they have more money to spend on dumb stuff, so.
So, yeah, when I get it, it'll just say 3G.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will deter people too, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you'll be fine.
We'll see. So I do have a backup plan just in case.
Excellent. Because
of the Fido's reservation system. So that's my backup plan. In case things go awry. So. I do like the new iPod Touch refresh though.
Me too.
I love the colors on the back.
And they brought back mono audio, which to me.
Why? I like stereo audio.
You can it still does stereo, but the option's always been there for mono, and I use mono.
Why?
Because when I run, I only put it in one ear.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So.
Oh, I run with both ear heads.
And it was hilarious because there was a guy online who had bought one of the new Nanos, and he's like, "Yeah, my dad," because his dad was deaf in one ear. So he's like, "How do I switch it to mono? Because otherwise he can't hear."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, you can't." That's what I mean. The last version of Nanos was
interesting.
It was a train wreck in all.
Their iPods refreshes have been hit or miss. Like the Shuffle when the Shuffle first came out, it was really neat.
Yeah.
It was a chewing gum size stick, and then it was like, oh, that's really cool. That's really strange. It's got no screen, but you can still play with it. We'll buy it. And then they make the
that baby pin thing that
that everyone can eat.
It's a pill size.
You can eat. Don't eat your iPod.
Yeah. I don't mind the new Shuffles or like the Shuffles.
I love the Shuffle. I have one of those.
Yeah.
I think my battery on mine is dead though, unfortunately. So I might bring it in because it has a sweet etching on it. But
because these little baby ones to me are fine.
I have the red one on that one. You've seen that one.
Yeah. But yeah, the Shuffles. If you're not a big fan of knowing what music is coming next,
I don't really. Yeah, and if you don't care for running, for example.
See, in running, perfect. I have my set playlists.
Yeah.
So.
But and you don't need to see your screen for that, so that would be totally just fine for you too.
It would, but.
I think those are really inexpensive too, like $99.
These things are cheap. They're less than that, I think.
Less than that? Go to the prices.
Buy iPod Shuffle.
Oh,
$49.
$50 for a 2 gigabyte iPod Shuffle. That is I should just buy a new one and just call it a day.
Yeah, it'll be cheaper than replacing the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I'm not a huge iPod Shuffle fan.
I don't mind.
I like the screen. I like having, because that's my main music listening device.
Mm-hmm.
Is my iPod.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But see, for me, like for when I go on running.
Yeah.
I put on lately I've been using my phone just because I can track. Does the shuffle do the GPS stuff too, or not GPS but
the
Nike,
Nano? It has the Nike whatever, so I might couple it.
Not the Nano, but the shuffle.
I don't
think so.
No,
I don't think it has the fancy like Nike stuff. That's too bad. Because the reason why I use my phone is because it can track my GPS and stuff like that.
You can buy the fancy little connectors for your shuffle.
Yeah.
And your Nano and all that stuff. The Nano now has it built in.
Yeah.
The Nike Fitness stuff's all built in.
Yeah, that's been in there for a little bit of revisions now.
But I don't think the Nano tracks where you run because there is obviously no GPS and no Wi-Fi. No. So I will still use my phone just to kind of gauge the distance that I'm running, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but now you don't have to bog down your phone with music.
Right. Which I can now delete all the music off of my phone, take my iPod back out. And that was my other problem because my iPod it's been through the washing machine twice. So the wear and tear on it is substantial enough that if I run, my headphones do come out every once in a while. Mm-hmm. If I'm just listening to music, it's totally fine.
Don't put this new one through the washer.
Right. It is. This one's delightful if I'm just listening to music, or I'm around the house just listening to music. But I put one earphone in at work every once in a while.
I'm buying a new iPod.
And
right now, I didn't think it was that cheap.
and so like I put one earphone in at work, and if I move the wrong way when I'm carting stuff around, putting stuff away in the mornings, my headphones will unplug. Just because nothing is as tight as it used to be, obviously, because it's been through the washing machine twice.
What's the connector on this one?
So.
Is this using the 30 the?
Yes, the 30 one.
Oh.
It's still the old one, because you can buy it right now.
Because if I'm using my iPhone 4 as an oversized iPod.
Yeah, you don't really need a shuffle. You're good.
I just like having the engraving on the back.
You can still get through
I'm not engraving my phone.
We can engrave.
Oh yes, yeah. Since the backing of the new iPhone 5, it's aluminum now.
Yeah, you can just
engrave. Well, I'm surprised they don't offer engraving.
I thought they did.
Let's see. iPhones. Buy one. Pre-order.
See, and like the new fitness thing even says like cardio workout tunes, so hopefully it will like find my music.
$700.
From $700.
Oh, gritty. So I want $899. An unlocked iPhone 5 may not support LTE networks in all countries. Oh well. You get a lot of things inside the box.
You do.
You get obviously the phone.
Yep.
But you get the new, apparently better earpods, and the new cable. So that's a lot of things inside one box. Mm-hmm. Especially since they're keeping the price the same from the 4S.
I'm surprised because those like the new
earpods they sell for $30, I think.
Because they have earbuds right now that are Apple flavored earbuds, and they're $90.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think they're $90.
Because in the store they're $90.
Wait, like the fancy ear ones. Though.
Yeah.
The vanilla ones are just $30, I think. Still.
The one with the little like all the clicky stuff on it and the mic, which is the earpods have.
iPod accessories.
Because I've gone in and looked, and they might not even carry them anymore now, but
they might be really headphones. They might just be liquidating them. So you've got your iPod.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah, so these are the fancy ones with the rubber ones. Yeah, those are $90.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the ones that I buy for $8.
Yeah. Yeah. I bought one for I think $12 at Winners.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like I buy them pretty much.
Or you can get the vanilla headphones for $35, or the earpods for $35.
Yeah. So the vanilla ones I can't use again because they don't go into my ear. But
well, we'll see what happens with the new one.
Yeah, I'm excited. But usually, like these cost me $8. And yes, there's no remote on them.
I never used the remote when I had one.
Yeah.
One with my iPhone.
Yeah.
When I first got it, I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. I used it like once, and I'm like, this is...
That was exciting.
Yeah. Like, I made one call with it, and it worked okay.
Yeah. But I always laugh when people are sitting there, and they're walking around the store, and they're like, hey, yeah, can you hear me?
No. The funny ones are the ones where they kind of put it in their ear, like this, and then they go, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And the person on the other end's like...
No, but it's like, why do you do that? It's meant to be hanging.
Well, but that's what I mean, because all of a sudden this person on the other end of the phone, because they're talking this close to the microphone that's supposed to be down here, the other person on the other end's like, could you stop yelling at me?
I'm not...
Either way.
I'm not yelling at you.
Yeah. related products.
Related products. New
super fun.
Super, like, mega refresh coming next week.
Yeah.
So, pre-order right now if you're crazy enough.
For all the iOS
I know in the
stuff.
The American store, you can pre-order with your carrier on the Apple Store.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
you can actually order what you want to order.
Yeah, and like if I could have done that on the Apple site, I would have done it. Because I do like the stuff at, like, when I go to the store.
Yep.
I do like it buying it from the store because A, they know what the phone is about, and B, they get trained with how to sell cell phones.
Yeah.
Store.
See, and I would buy an iPod right off, but I do want to look at them.
So yeah, so you can pre-order with the regular $199.
Oh, that's cool.
From your specific carrier.
I like that.
Down here, because we used to have that too in Canada, and then they passed this stupid law that apparently all cell phone providers have to provide unlocked phones. Not that I care, but not that that's a bad thing, but that just kind of changed everything else.
Yeah. But
I like that idea.
But yeah, I'm gonna go actually buy my iPod in store.
It's probably a better idea.
Well, I want to see it before I buy it.
Well, it'll probably be better because you'll avoid the whole shipping mess because everyone's getting their iPhones.
Oh, I know.
Shipped, so
hey, maybe I'll get an iPhone by accident if I order online.
Yeah, it's never happening.
That'd be hilarious.
Dibs.
Yeah. Here's your iPod. Thank you.
Dibs.
This is a phone. And the other big
hardware news update.
Wii U.
The Wii U. It's finally got dates.
November 18th.
For us in America's
yes.
and Canada's.
December in Japan.
Oddly enough.
I think that's honestly a supply issue.
I think it's a supply issue because the Nintendo stuff sells out like hotcakes over there.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're doing Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii U, I don't think they'll have enough.
No,
ever.
They
like,
will
even if they diverted our
shipping over there
to Japan, people would buy like 4 Wii U's.
Yeah.
So
I just laugh.
Yeah.
November 18th.
November 18th. Do we have prices for it? That was the big mystery question after E3.
How much it was gonna cost?
Because they didn't talk about it.
No, not at all.
So how much? What are the prices?
Well, there's 2 different bundles coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your regular Wii U, comes in white with 1 controller.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 gigs of memory.
Mm-hmm.
Flash memory, right?
No.
Or is it?
Yeah, no, it's SSD.
This is SSD?
Yeah, it's an actual SSD, not flash memory. So it's lightning fast.
Awesome. So, 8 gigs, white console, white controller, $300.
This is your basic model.
This is basic
vanilla model.
For an extra $50.
So this is $399 or $350. $349.
$349.99. You can get Nintendo Land. Included with a unit. The unit now comes in 32 gigs. It is black with a black controller. That's it. Right?
A couple stands for
you
get a stand. You get a stand for the unit and you get a stand for the gamepad. So
that'll
be neat.
Doesn't mean there's for an extra $50.
It's almost worth it.
You get
I'm surprised they don't just have that.
I know. But I think after the 3DS launch. But they kind of wanted a cheaper option because you know that coming up to Christmas, that cheaper option to parents who have no idea what they're doing is going to look way more enticing. $299 versus $349 for them goes, that's a Christmas present versus...
Oh, and I think you also get an HDMI cable too.
Yes, you do get HDMI cables. So,
and a Wii sensor bar.
Yes.
Weirdly.
Which you don't get in Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Sorry.
You guys are somehow getting screwed in all this, but... so yes, and either way, I have pre-ordered mine.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think I'll get it.
And my estimated shipping date is November 17th. It will arrive. My estimated arrival date.
That happens all the time though. I wouldn't be surprised if you got it early.
That would be insanely fun.
Depends on how many people ordered it too, right? So
I know.
That stuff always goes up and down.
So either way, the latest, and again, I don't have to stand in line.
Yeah.
In the middle of November, which, by the way, here gets Cold.
I know it's my birthday.
So there you see.
I'm always cold on my birthday.
Always cold. Never warm. And watch, that day it'll be like plus 30 for some stupid reason.
And then you're gonna be like,
I should have gone out and stood in a lineup.
Yeah.
With all the cool kids.
Oh,
I love the lineups.
Yeah, you're talking to people.
They're so much fun.
I had a lot of fun with the iPhone 4 launch.
That's what I mean. The lineups are fun, but I just don't like standing in the cold.
Well, I also had the liberty of standing inside.
That's what I mean. Like
I was talking to a Bioware employee behind me who was supposed to be at work, which we stood in line for 6 hours.
Because to me the lines are always exciting.
Because it's like a mini convention.
It is, because everybody's there for the exact same reason.
Yeah.
Even when I got my Wii, I was standing in line with a bunch of people waiting for PS3s.
Yeah.
Everybody still has a blast.
Yeah.
And you're happy with the PS3 people because they're not trying to like scalp a Wii.
Yeah.
They're your friends. All the Wii people.
Yeah. I'm actually. I'd be looking forward to that next week. I'll be like, what phone are you getting?
What are you?
What's your provider?
Yeah.
Which.
Yes, the only Fido guy in the lineup.
Are you guys crazy enough to buy the $600 one?
Yeah.
$700 one.
So yeah, for an extra $50, you get Nintendo Land.
Yep.
And
so,
what 4 times as much space?
Yep, 4 times as much space. I'll be interested to see if the SSD will be removable.
I believe it is, from what I've read.
Okay, so
it is. You can switch it out.
Okay, so they're pulling a PS3.
Yeah.
So you can just swap hard drives on the go.
Yeah. Or I'm not sure if it's that or
maybe the SD card.
I think there's an SD card option.
I think the SD card.
I think that's what I read. Yeah, it's SD card.
Like, which that'd be weird if they.
Which SD cards?
Whatever.
They've been working for Nintendo for the last.
I'm surprised how well they made
consoles.
I'm surprised. No, they only did. Oh yeah,
the Wii, the DSi,
and the 3DS.
And the 3DS, yeah.
And the 3DS XL.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they adopted SD so well.
I know.
Like for DLC and stuff like that.
Well, because originally when it was on the Wii, it was a little.
Yeah, because the more ports you have in there, the more hackers have access to your system.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the homebrew stuff for the Wii came from.
It's right off the SD cards, yeah.
So.
But all of a sudden, because everybody was like, well, I can't put downloadable games on here and play them off the SD card. And they're like, oh, you guys really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Nintendo always seems to be a little bit behind on that.
Yeah, on a lot of things.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. So it's nice to see them kind of bringing everything that they've learned from the last few system launches.
Yeah.
To bear in this, so.
We'll see what happens. So, launch lineup, launch games, that's another big thing. The biggest thing that's stopping me from take my money.
Right, is what's coming out at launch.
So, again, biggest concern for me, they only have 2 confirmed games for...
Yes.
Which obviously will be bigger as the November comes through.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. But I think it's Sonic and Nintendo Funland thingamajigger?
Nintendo
Land, that's... Because you can buy that separately.
Yes, you can buy it separately.
If you get the basic model, you can buy it separately.
Yeah.
Only 2 games right now. And as far as launch, personally, I don't like the term launch window. Because that is like saying, oh yeah, your internet speed will go up to 50 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
So it could be 1 megabyte per second? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the term launch window. That's why I really like the Vita launches, because they had like 10 games I could have chosen from, and I picked like 3 of them, and there she wrote. Another big thing, half of the Wii U games that I'm interested in, I'm already getting on my PS3.
Yes.
So like Assassin's Creed 3, I guess I'm not getting Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 2, you've got Tekken Tag Tournament 2, as we were talking earlier. All these games, I feel like, not that they'll look extremely better on the Wii U or whatever case may be.
Yeah.
It'll look pretty much the same
right.
across the board. And that's kind of what they're going for.
That is.
For the Wii U. But, I don't know, I feel like there needs to be that couple breakthrough games that need to really go through this. And I'm still trying to get over the stigmatism of the fact that it's pretty much an iPad with AirPlay on all the time. So, I don't know. It's hard. It's a tough sell for me, particularly. I mean, even though, like, even if they put a Zelda on there or a completely original Mario, it's tough, because when I get a Zelda, when I get a Mario, I know what to expect when I play those games. When I play Mario, I expect, oh, okay, here's your level, here, get your star, you get your shine, whatever. In the Zelda games, you know, you're trying to save the world again.
Yep.
Stuff like that. So, I feel like they need to I feel like a Smash Brothers game would be completely perfect for launch, but obviously we're not saying that for another 5 years. So
we are seeing New Super Mario Bros. U.
So that was one of the launch titles.
Yeah. Nintendo Land, obviously.
Nintendo Land. I don't know how a New Super Mario Brothers U. I feel like if I put New Super Mario Brothers, what's the
Wii one?
Yeah, what's that one called?
I don't know. I think New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yeah, if I put that one in, it'll be the same game.
Yeah.
Because they haven't really talked about that, have they? Like what that is and how they will incorporate the Wii U stuff, other than pulling the game from the screen onto your gamepad and you can play.
So you can go poops and play at the same time.
I don't like as neat of a feature as that is. That's more of a gimmick.
I think for me, because they did this back in the day with Game Boy Advances. Mm-hmm. If everybody remembers, it was that second screen.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance with the
link cable on your GameCube, and they had some really wicked games that came out.
Yep.
Using that feature.
Yes.
But then you had to have all of your friends have a Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
You had to have 4 link cables, and you had to have the GameCube. So all of a sudden, that connectivity thing didn't work all that well. So I think coming in with this thing, with 2 controllers, which aren't available right off the bat,
which is for some reason they are not going to be selling the Wii U gamepad separately at launch. Only because I can see that they want to divert all gamepads to all the consoles first, and then kind of going from there, seeing how many they can make, rather than having the shortage.
And none of the first few launch window titles use 2 gamepads.
That's the only really
they've said. So it's not like you're going to need 2 gamepads right away.
Yeah.
So. And I mean, honestly,
they want to avoid the nunchuck thing that happened with the Wii.
Oh yes.
So, you know that people are gonna, if they did sell the gamepad separately, people are gonna buy those up like a mother.
Oh, I know, and just start selling them because I could have. I should have actually sold my nunchucks back in the day. I could have made fortunes.
Yeah, because those things cost like $20.
Yeah, they were cheap. That's why I bought them.
Yeah, they were $20.
I bought 4 of them.
And then people were like, "Where are your nunchucks?"
Yeah, I bought 3 nunchucks and 3 extra controllers. Mm-hmm. And
you were doing the normal thing.
Like 2 games before I even had a system.
I think when I bought my system, I bought the Wii remote, a separate Wii remote, and a separate nunchuck, and that's it.
Well, because
I didn't need more than 2.
I always expect my Nintendo consoles to be 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
That has always been my assumption. So I always bought, I go in and go, okay, I need 3 extra controllers, 3 nunchucks, because my system, when I eventually get it, will have, a nunchuck and a controller inside. So I'm going to get 3 of those, this game, and this game. And they're like, oh, you got the system? And I'm like, no. So I was literally sitting at home for almost a month with 3 games and nunchucks and a Wii remote.
I think you were one of, the few people that did that.
And I'm like, and of course, I had no system. I was just dicking around. But, and then all of a sudden I got my system, and I kept hearing everybody having problems, A, getting the system,
and B,
all of a sudden nunchucks were
accessories. And nunchucks being the top, but accessories in general.
Yeah, being this big problem. And I'm like, I already have 4 nunchucks. Everybody's like, you have 4? And I'm like, yeah, Walmart, when I went there, opening day, had bajillions of nunchucks, because no one realized that they were going to need extras.
Yeah, and that was really weird for back in the day for people.
Yeah, because
people didn't understand the concept that you needed 2 things for 1 controller.
Yes, that was also an issue.
Up to the day, people were like,
you buy a controller.
You buy an Xbox controller, here's your controller. PlayStation, that's your controller.
Yeah.
Not 2 things, because people were like, where's the analog stick? Well, you have to buy the nunchuck. Well, that's an accessory, right? I guess, yeah. So I don't need to buy it.
Yeah.
But it's the game lineup that it really needs to get me right now. And for me right now, I don't see anything that I have remotely any interest in. I appreciate the amount of social aspects that they're integrating into the system UI.
Yep.
But then again, you need to have games to support those, because if you for the Miiverse, is that what we're calling it?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was the Miiverse.
Yeah. So when you put in a game, it'll show all your friends who are playing that game, and they'll kind of huddle their Miis around that game, and that's when they're playing that game. Or you can share stories, messages, stuff like that. But for me, again, Assassin's Creed 3, getting on my PlayStation, What else do we got for the Wii U? We've got...
there's that Zombie U game coming out.
Zombie U's, again, something that I feel like can be done on a regular console. Like, not a regular console.
But it won't be.
But it's something that can be done on an Xbox or PS3 or even PC.
Yeah, but see, there's a lot of they're doing that gimmicky function that you get with all those first games that are always launched.
Yeah.
Where you'll have to like point the thing at the screen to investigate stuff and that.
I think for a system launch, I think this is when I'm gonna sit on the side for. I feel, I have no doubt in my mind I'll probably have a Wii U.
Yeah.
Probably not by the end of the year. Probably by middle of next year, I think, will be when I get my Wii U on.
Darksiders 2.
Well, they haven't even said what Darksiders... Like, that was a big thing for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is saying that, oh yeah, we've got Darksiders 2 coming for the Wii U. We have an M-rated game coming out.
Yeah.
But they haven't said what content will make this one better than the console versions.
Than the other console versions.
Yeah, like, it says exclusive content on the...
5+ hours of additional content.
That's nice, but again, if it's... Why would I don't feel like I need to buy a $299 system for this game.
Oh yeah.
So
the Batman Arkham City I really don't dig.
Oh, I extra don't dig that. Only because it's... Well, I didn't like Batman Arkham City for starters.
I didn't mind Arkham City, but now they've added this whole armor shtick just to
say, hey,
it's on the Wii U, and now he's got this fancy armor that's going to be this completely different gameplay mechanic. And
and they're changing the game. How?
That's what I mean. Like that's a big change. And again, I own that game.
I know for Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U,
yeah,
they will be supporting that the bringing the game onto the gamepad.
Yeah.
And that will be cool because then, you know.
Well, and the guys who are making Mass Effect 3, because it's not BioWare.
No, they outsourced it.
They've outsourced it, but they are working hard to make it a different experience while still being the same game.
Yeah, I can probably see that being, you know, scanning for minerals or something like that.
There's the Lego City Undercover game.
Is that exclusive to the Wii U?
Yes, I believe it is. So.
Okay.
There's that. There's Bayonetta 2, which was announced as an exclusive title.
That was a big...
people are mad.
I really don't care. I never liked Bayonetta in the first place.
I didn't mind Bayonetta.
If I'm going to play Bayonetta, I'm going to play Devil May Cry. I'm sorry. But the fans of
Bayonetta are pissed. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Bayonetta 2, guys, was canceled.
Yeah.
Nintendo resurrected it.
Yeah, I don't know if they bought the rights to it or...
Obviously, they bought the publishing rights to it because they're the only ones getting Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
So now all these people.
Well, who's the developer on it though? Because I think it's still Platinum Games.
Yeah, it's
still Platinum Games.
It's everybody. Yeah, like everybody's still involved with it.
Yeah. And it's probably good for Platinum Games too because, seeing as how it's probably one of their biggest selling games ever, and now with Metal Gear Rising, they can get all the help they can get.
Like, these people are sitting there going, why are you going just Nintendo only? They're complaining to the developers, and the developers are kind of sitting there going, guys, you can have no Bayonetta 2, or you can thank Nintendo for giving us the money and the resources to finish our game.
I think their argument is valid, and it goes back to my argument of, why do I need to buy a $300 system to play this game that I want?
That should be on the other system. Because the other systems
should be and can be on the other system.
Because the other systems are too cheap to pay for it.
So
I mean, that's always been the thing with exclusives.
Yeah.
The only thing is it didn't start off as an exclusive.
So.
But I think that's a good job on Nintendo's part. It's scooping that up.
It's good on Nintendo, but I can see the fans' valid reasonings.
Me too.
So,
but
I'm very mixed on that stuff.
Pikmin 3 is in that launch window.
I think I'm one of the few people that never appreciated Pikmin for what it was, because I played it for a little bit and then I just didn't see the appeal in it because I always tagged it as Lemmings.
Yes.
But on a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
I think for Pikmin, for me to be excited for it, I think I would want to play it on my 3DS, only because you can do the AR stuff on the 3DS.
That's true.
Whereas you can probably do it on the Wii U, no problem. But if you can do it on the DS, you can sell cards, you know, you captured this Pikmin this time. You can display them on your AR card or something like that.
Yeah, but it's not really about capturing Pikmin.
I know, but or like you've seen this Pikmin.
Yeah.
Because they could probably add in like a Pokemon Snap element into the Pikmin verse.
Avengers Battle for Earth Wii U Fit, which I'm actually excited about.
Yeah, Wii U Fit might be... better just because
I can now take my Wii U, like my Wii Fit pad, wherever, as long as I'm within range of my system, and do it. So when you're in a place like my room, which is not big enough to exercise in.
Whereas you can go into your living room downstairs.
Outside if it's nice out.
Yes.
Because I can go right into my backyard, right outside this window, and...
Because you do have that screen share technology onto the Wii U pad, gamepad.
And there's the little pedometer thing that's coming out with the Wii U, with Wii U Fit. So if I go running, I just hold the pedometer thing up to my gamepad, and it goes, oh, you took like 10,000 steps today. Congrats.
Yeah, because the gamepad now has the NFC chip technology in it too now.
So I'm hoping maybe that might possibly, in a great world, work with my 3DS. Because the 3DS does have the pedometer in it. So it'd be cool, instead of carrying 12 different pedometers on me at a time, if I could just have my 3DS on me, which I normally do if it's charged, and just go bing, ding, 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 ding.
Now, as dirty as this for me to say this, I think for me, because Platinum Games is working on Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
What if Metal Gear Rising was on the Wii U? Nintendo's obviously not, afraid of putting M-rated games on their system now.
No, for sure.
So Metal Gear Rising on the Wii U, you could,
slash on the screen, do a little Fruit Ninja thing going on.
Yeah, with Raiden and stuff like that. So, is that a possibility now?
Oh.
I mean, I would like to say yes.
I would like to say yes too.
But
that's what I mean. Like
there's so many. Even though we have all the necessary information that we want now, there's still so much uncertainty for the Wii U.
Oh, I know.
I can't really justify myself getting one right now. Even if they do have a new Zelda, it'll be like, oh man, that looks really pretty, but that's like the only game that I'll buy for it.
See, and I said that with my Wii. Like, even when I got the Wii, I was like, okay, Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. And Zelda, and I'm good. Like, that's what I was literally buying a Wii for, was those games. Like, I knew that those two would be on the console, and now I have all of those.
Yeah.
Which is way more than I thought I'd ever have.
Yeah, but you have to account for how many of those are not quite so good.
I've played all of them.
Playing all of them and then saying that they're good is different. You can't tell me Spider-Man 3 was outstanding.
No, but again, I got
literally of your games that are awesome are like 2 for me. You got Mad World down there. I can't reach it, but I do it. Do you have No More Heroes? Yeah, No More Heroes. Yeah, I'd do that one.
Yeah.
Like, you don't... Like, for me, I got my Wii.
Yep.
And I don't play it anymore, even though I finished Zelda.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I don't finish Xenoblade Chronicles.
I know, I gotta get back into that. Well, that's because it's an RPG and it's long. And
it's very tedious, very tedious. That's a different story, but...
I like Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy was good too.
That's what I mean, like...
But it's... Do you go back and play them, though? There's not...
No, but I don't go back and play half my other games that I have accumulated, so...
So, I think Nintendo really, within the next month, they really need to hammer down the dates of their games, because they have a lot on their launch window.
Yes, which is up till March.
But they need to hammer down which games, like, specific dates. Even if it's not going to be launch day, like, oh, this will come out next week, or this will be out next month.
Yeah.
On this day exactly. And then, like, it's just so much...
My other thing is like, right now they're trying to kind of play catch up with a bunch of these big name titles.
Yeah. It's
almost Batman and Mass Effect and
Assassin's
that kind
Creed.
of thing. When does Assassin's Creed come out? Like, for the regular systems?
October-ish. So it'll be out already.
But I mean, at least that one's closer. So I think as we get into December and bigger games start, or the next year, and bigger games start coming out for the other systems, they'll launch simultaneously on the Wii U. Mm-hmm. Just like, Xbox has Better with Kinect. The Wii U will have a special features just on your gamepad.
Yeah,
even if
their marketing department really needs to kick it up a notch, because I have not. If this thing's coming out in November, and they're trying to hit the Christmas rush, I feel as if they need to start very, very soon.
I bet you by Black Friday.
When is Black Friday for them?
After Thanksgiving.
So October?
American Thanksgiving.
After October?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because theirs is in October. No,
theirs is in November.
November. Because I got confused.
So I think Black Friday will kind of be a...
So 23rd.
Thanksgiving Day is November. Yeah.
So 23rd for them.
23rd to 24th. All of a sudden...
no, that's after the date.
Yeah, Black Friday. So 23rd. So it is after the date. So I mean, right then and there, if you hit it and go, get your Wii U's, they're only... And you could even advertise it like, they're on sale for $249.99. Because that's still cheaper than a lot of, like, you know, PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360 bundles. So.
They need to not only cater to the sort of like the casual market, go, oh, I'm just totally gonna play Madden on my game system and whatever, that's it. But they really need to target the core audience again.
Oh yeah.
Just because there was a huge, you have to admit, there was a huge lack with the Wii.
There was, but that's because
that's what their initial plan was.
Core games went obviously bigger graphics, bolder.
But now that they can do it with the Wii U, I think they need to really play catch up real quick, real fast. Because we know how to find information like this, we will be informed within a matter of minutes.
And I honestly think that they will catch up fairly quick, just as
and that's why I say within the next month they should really start hammering down, like, I would almost see pop-up ads and stuff like that on websites.
Yeah. Well, see,
maybe not the TV commercials just yet,
but at least web ads and other. But I mean, Nintendo conferences they're pretty quick every month,
they're getting really solid with those Nintendo. What do they call those things?
Nintendo Connect, something weird like that.
But they've been getting pretty good with those, but they need to step it up really quick.
Well, and my other thing is too, I'm not getting Assassin's Creed right away just because of school.
Assassin's Creed, and you're probably gonna get on the Xbox anyways.
No, if I have my Wii U by the time, I will get it for my Wii U.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that it from what I have heard, the graphics are you would never be able to tell.
Yeah. And
if I get some extra features with my gamepad, all the better.
Yeah, so
essentially same game, more abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, we don't even know what they're doing yet.
No, we don't, and that's what I mean.
Such a big gamble right now for them to.
I
think they really need to have another separate conference to be like games.
Yeah.
Games.
And dates. Ubisoft, because Ubisoft's coming out with 8 games in that launch window.
Yeah.
Again, the window.
Like Rayman.
There's
Assassin's
Rayman.
Creed,
Hold on.
Ghost Recon, I think, is one of those.
Ubisoft starts with a U. It will be at the bottom. Assassin's Creed, Just Dance 4, Marvel's Avengers, Battle for Earth, Rayman Rabbids.
Yeah.
So Rabbids Land.
And Zombie U.
Zombie U is them. U-Shape Fitness. Yeah. Sports Connection game.
Yeah.
To me, Assassin's Creed 3, Nintendo should really be pressing Ubisoft, like, guys, I know your game is coming out in October for the other systems, but...
And we know you're having X features in your game. We know because we've been working with you.
Yeah.
But we need to...
We need people to know why they should be waiting for the Wii U version to come out.
Yeah, why... And give them a reason to buy our $299 console or $349 console.
Yeah.
Give them a reason why they want that.
Yeah.
Along with these other developers.
Yeah.
Because...
See, in Madden, I could totally understand waiting.
Yeah.
For the Wii U, just because a sports game where you can actually... Because they've showed off the features. EA Sports showed off, like, you can make a guy run like this.
Yeah, you can...
So instead of having preset plays, like in every other game, you can now go, you're going to run this way, and I'm going to throw you the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game controls regularly, except now all of a sudden, your guys are doing what you want them to do. Which I find really cool that way.
Or you can be like, if you're playing in the game with the weird first-person mode, you can kind of try and pretend to catch the ball and stuff like that with a Wii pad.
And I mean, that kind of stuff is your gimmicky...
It's very gimmicky.
First title out on the system.
And that's what, for me, I can totally wait for that stuff, because I don't see the need to buy another console to play Assassin's Creed 3 slightly differently.
Right.
Or, whatever...
See, for me, I'm already getting the system.
Yeah.
So for me, and I'm waiting on Assassin's Creed. Not that I don't want to play it, just that with school right now and, just...
When I get my fancy, Connor? I don't know what his name is anymore. But because I'm doing the collector's edition version of that, so, with a fancy statue and the American flag.
Yes.
Weirdly enough. I'll fly that proud somewhere.
Woo! But, yes, there's not a ton of stuff coming out that I'm going, oh my god. But...
Yeah, like, if they had their own original Mario stuff, like, something...
The Monster Hunter people are going to be happy.
Yeah, because the Monster Hunter... Well, doesn't matter what language you speak in Japan, they speak Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
You say Monster Hunter, and they'll probably have sex with you.
Well, and over here, the RPG people really dig all that stuff.
I don't understand why Monster Hunter didn't take off here, because it's been on almost every platform.
Yeah, I know. There's that niche group of Monster Hunter people.
Yeah. But you pretty much need to find them over like Twitter and stuff like that.
Those are Monster Hunter 3 Unlimited's coming.
Yeah.
To the Wii U.
Mm-hmm. What else is there?
Activision's doing a 007 Legends game.
Yeah, but that's going to be on everything. So.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Which is weird. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was going to make it.
Yeah, I know. That got that was a big surprise on their announcement, too.
It was that, Bayonetta 2.
Yeah. Transformers Prime.
If you watch the cartoon show, you might appreciate it. Nothing really out of the ordinary.
And another Skylanders game.
So those Skylander games, they sell like hotcakes.
I do not understand it.
Well, I guess with the Wii U, with the NFC pad.
Boop, right on the thing.
Yeah, so you don't even need to buy the damn fucking portal anymore.
You just need to buy the
figurines. So maybe that's why it'll probably sell even better.
That's what I mean. Like, I would actually consider then, and I'm still not going to because I don't get the whole appeal to it, but...
If you were going to do that...
If I was a parent...
Yeah.
Or someone who was semi-intrigued by it, but didn't want to have, like, a giant peripheral for nothing but putting little plastic dragons on.
Yeah.
I can now just buy the little plastic dragons.
Yeah.
And...
Well, those portals aren't even that big. They're like that big.
I know, they're not bad.
But it's annoying that the fact that that's the only thing it does.
Right.
So
that's what I mean. So at least the gamepad acts as, like, a...
Yeah, like you put it on top of the screen and he's in the game.
Yeah. And again, there's the smart glass technology-esque type thing that Sony's going for, that Nintendo's going to get to, just, you know...
Yeah, no, the Microsoft stuff.
That's right, yeah. But Nintendo's going for that too, with their whole... Yeah, you can watch Netflix, you can watch your TiVo stuff right off of our system.
Yeah, they're getting really strong support from, like, apps.
Yeah. So, NBA 2K13's coming out, which, I mean, people like basketball. I still don't get it.
Again, it's just a hard sell for the average gamer right now.
Yes. But I think once next, like, 2013 hits, and we start seeing all those games that aren't exclusive to systems start coming out again.
Because the Wii U needs exclusive games.
And you know it will.
Short of Mario. Like, something completely different. Like, Zombie U, all for that.
Yeah.
Because that's weird.
Original
new.
And, yeah.
Well, as gimmicky as it is, it's neat.
Yeah, but look at Red Steel. If they would have actually pulled off Red Steel well... Yeah. That game would have been wicked. Yeah. Because everybody was really excited for Red Steel. And then it came out. So Ubisoft kind of has another chance at that with Zombie U. Yeah. Where it's using all the gimmicky features of the new system. But from what I've seen, it's not, like, horribly gimmicky. Where it'll be like, use this feature. That makes zero sense.
Or make it... See, I don't know what their plans are for the zombie games. Or just use this feature in our gamepad in your games.
From what I've seen of Zombie U, it's...
You need to scan stuff.
You need to scan stuff to find health posts, like health pots and all that kind of stuff. And to get an enemy's weakness, you have to scan them. So there's that element of it. And otherwise, it's, another first-person zombie game. But it's a glorified tech demo.
Pretty much. And that's what 90% of these launch games are going to be.
And that's what they always... Look at the Vita.
Yeah.
Even Uncharted came out.
Uncharted had greater potential, and then it just became a game that I want to trade in.
Yeah. But the next Uncharted game that came out for the Vita, they know not to be idiots.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, okay,
we don't need all the gimmicky stuff.
Subtle.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, every system's like that when it comes out with something.
Yeah, the 3DS, it was a prime example.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Steel Diver.
Ooh.
How amazing that game is.
Oh, that's a great game. And I play it all the time.
I played it for 5 seconds and said no.
It's fun two-player on one system.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. That's not an actual feature.
No, it's not. It's a made-up feature to make that game way more fun.
Alcohol helps.
Yeah, booze would probably help that game tremendously. And I mean, the other consoles kind of had an advantage with this, with the Kinect coming out late and the Move coming out after the thing, because all of a sudden, the gimmicky games came out, but you knew they were going to be gimmicky. Because it's like, only for Move, only for Kinect.
Yeah, at least for the PlayStation and Xbox, it was like, okay, these games are super shiny. Yeah. You want to upgrade from the PS2? Okay, you can upgrade from the Xbox. Yeah. Your games look nicer, that's fine.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Nintendo's popularity blew up with the Wii.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, let's play catch-up. So they came out with their motion-controlled thingies, but they had the advantage of already having an established base of games. But like I said, I think come 2013, you're going to see...
We're one to hope right now, because we don't... It's...
The way they're going with the mature titles and the teen title, like the actual mainstream titles, I think that's what we're going to see is...
I'm going to wait. Like I said, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
And it will be all likely I'll get mine next summer. Or something like that. Or...
Once there's games that you want that are on the system.
Yeah. More than just a reason just to buy one game for.
Right. See, and I know I'm going to get my money out of this because I'm going to buy Mario, I'm going to buy Super Smash Bros, I'm going to buy...
And the nice thing about it is it will be cross-compatible.
Right.
You will be able to play your entire catalog of Wii games.
Which is great because my Wii sounds like a semi-truck.
Mm-hmm. all your WiiWare games, all your Wii games.
Everything, yeah.
I think they stopped GameCube just because they don't have the port anymore.
Which is fine because...
I have one GameCube game.
I have my GameCube downstairs again, but I can move it back up. So...
Mm-hmm. So...
And I mean, if the virtual console gets a little broader and bigger,
I would love to see indie titles hit that like Xbox and PSN gets.
WiiWare started to do that.
Yeah, but then it dropped real quick
because they didn't want to support it that long. Because there's something
they didn't want to support it. They didn't have. I think the quality of the games just didn't match up.
I got a Final Fantasy. I think it was a Crystal Chronicles kind of like build your town RPG game. So you sent little armies out and you had to build your town up and all this little stuff, and it was cute and it was fun. But then that was it. Like, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, World of Goo, and I'm like, but I can get World of Goo on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't have...
Give me a reason to buy the Wii U version
WiiWare version. Like, they didn't have a WiiWare that, World of Goo with a Wii remote, totally cool.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Give me a reason to get the version on the Wii U.
Yeah. And that's if these AAA titles that are coming out would actually release what's so different about their thing, they might have people going, I will hold off on getting Assassin's Creed 3
or even Black Ops 2.
Or Black Ops 2 if all of a sudden I get a map and all this stuff on my controller.
I would even say more than just a map.
But that's what I mean, like if you get like stats and this and that on your controller, that's a big deal in those kind of games. You guys might not think it, but...
I think maybe Black Ops 2, now maybe this is just stretching it here, but you'd play on the gamepad, but then you'd activate sort of a peripheral mode on the screen, and you can flash up to the left while your game's playing on the front, and you can see up to the side.
See, and that'd be cool. But that's what I mean, like, it'd be nice if we could know this stuff.
Yeah, like something like that would be a huge game changer.
Because...
Especially for online, for starters.
Yeah.
And just for general, uniqueness, because... Not many games give you that peripheral vision unless you have a crazy amount of money and want to buy 3 TVs.
Right.
That's just the vanilla trailer. That's just the vanilla trailer.
But that's what I mean. Like, I want to know
why am I getting?
Why
do I want to buy Black Ops 2 on the Wii U instead of it just being a gimmick? Here's the map. Touch the stuff.
Wow. And Nintendo's really got to get that kind of stuff out before the release dates of these actual games.
Release dates, or even just a release date of the console. Because if I'm going to be standing in front of, at a store, I'm going to look at these game boxes and going, like...
But I mean, all these games are coming out before the launch, the release of the Wii U.
Oh yeah, normally,
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, like, a bunch of these games are coming out on Xbox and PlayStation before the Wii U.
I would have probably already had it by then.
That's what I mean, like
why?
Why should I hold off 3 weeks on buying a game that I really want?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it going to be that much better on the Wii U? Like, I luck out with Assassin's Creed because I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not getting the game at launch.
I extra care.
Right. But I mean, you're getting the collectors. You're getting that's what I mean. Yeah. So why should another person who's maybe just pre-ordering the game?
Yeah, like a regular. Yeah. Vanilla, the $60 version.
They really like
essentially getting the same.
They really like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Why should they wait an extra month essentially
and pay for a new console
and get a new console?
It would have to be something drastic.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, all of a sudden they have to sit there going, well, this is what, you can see the potential in games. Like, you can sit there going, wow, this would be great with this.
Tech demos are nice and fancy, but I need to know what I want.
And
why do I? So.
And see, like I said, I'm looking forward to. I know I'm going to get my Marios and my Zeldas, and that always makes a Nintendo console worth buying for me because.
I think that makes a Nintendo console worth buying for a lot of people, though.
Right, and
even
So I sit there going, okay, it's going to cost me $350, but I'm going to play at least one Zelda game, at least 2 Mario games while I have this, at least 1 Super Smash Bros, hopefully a Metroid, hopefully a Kirby, hopefully a Star Fox. 7 games, I'm pretty good with. Because I know in between there's going to be weird little ones that I'm going to go, oh, how quaint.
Yeah, I mean, I can't... See, I'm not a huge fan of Star Fox and stuff like that. Like, as far as Nintendo only console game like exclusives go, for me it's like Mario, Zelda, and Smash Brothers. Really, right. For me, I don't really care much about Samus because there is a new Metroid game, but it's not on that list.
No, it's not.
But I don't care about Metroid all that much. I don't care about Kirby all that much. Yeah, like for me, it's just those 3 franchises that really say, "Oh man, this game's awesome," kind of stuff, and they don't even want to talk about those right now.
No, and that's the one problem Nintendo's having is just a lack of...
Marketing.
Yeah,
Marketing, PR.
Yeah, like, why...
They dropped the ball already once during E3, and they dropped it again during their presser...
Like, Splinter Cell Blacklist is on this list of games coming out.
Yeah, that could be amazing.
That could be insane, because I had my Game Boy Advanced attached to my one of the Splinter Cell games. They gave you a little map. They gave you, like, you just kept pressing the button, and you got a bunch of, like, you know, his little wrist thing that he kind of has? You get all of that on there. And that was cool on the Game Boy Advance. Can you imagine with a big screen? Like, all of a sudden, you can get a heart rate sensor just on your screen.
Exactly.
Injustice, Gods Among Us, is coming to the Wii U.
Yeah, like, a lot of big-name games are coming to the Wii U, but we don't know why.
Well, we don't know why, because Nintendo's paying the money,
yeah,
but like, why should I get that console?
It's a very tough sell.
For them, yeah.
Other than slapping the Wii U tag on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah, like, that's my
See, like, thing. On Call of Duty Black Ops, on the Best Buy site, it just says full support for Wii U Pro Controller. And stunning next generation graphics.
Great, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so you can get your Pro Controller, too, so you can play it just like a regular console. But yeah, like, I understand people's...
Oh god, I'm going to Future Shop.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to talk about iPhone 5 stuff.
But, like, for me, I'm going to get one, but I understand people's hesitancy to get one just as a, why should I, you know, do this and do that and do, like, for me, it's a no-brainer. For a lot of Nintendo fans, again, no-brainer. If the camera would pan that way, there's Yoshi's up the wazoo and a Squirtle and, like,
sorry, I have to read
Mario's
real quick. Make sure I don't read it wrong.
So that's what I mean.
That's my big argument right now.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Why do I want your system?
Well, seeing that, yeah.
And that happens with all system launches, so.
Oh, totally.
It's not like it's just a Wii U thing or a Nintendo thing. Future Shop. Sorry, there's a possibility I can pre-order the phone and still get it on the same day.
Whoa.
Future Shops. Set up appointments, the launch. Expedite. Stores are open. They're told are open to 8 a.m. Okay, that doesn't matter to me. If you have trouble pre-ordering online from the big 3, Future Shop. Lions. Okay, totally gonna try and go to Future Shop today. After here.
But yeah, like that is my, like, I know I'm gonna get my money out of it because I do buy all of the Nintendo brand exclusive.
And if you are hesitant, you can still pre-order it and still play your Wii catalog.
Right.
So it's not like...
So it's a new Netflix machine.
Netflix machine, and you know, if you still play Zelda Skyward Sword, it'll look extra pretty because it'll have HDMI support.
Yeah, real HDMI support.
Not the component.
Not the component
480p or I or something.
I think it's I. It's not even P.
Yeah. So yeah, you will have HDMI support, and if you buy the deluxe, you will have your cable. Yeah. Although you can buy those cables for $10 a dozen now. So
you can,
it's
but
not any big deal.
It lists it as a high-speed HDMI cable.
The only thing that is most notable, now this is just, you know, maybe a prologue to what Nintendo's doing. It's they're making specific to know that it's 1.4 HDMI.
Yes.
Which is, if you're in the technology, 1.4 is the requirement for 3D gaming.
Yes.
You need 1.4 for that.
Yeah.
So...
I'm not sure how far Nintendo's going into 3D because they're kind of 3D'd out.
Yeah, but if their console is already 3D ready,
If people want to make a 3D game.
And in a world full of 3D TVs, then they're set. They don't need to advertise 3D free TV or anything like that.
Yeah.
They can just say, oh, you know what? If Black Ops 2 will be in 3D, you can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. You can do that here.
But yeah, like everything. It's not like, you know.
Oh no! So
it's not like they're ditching Wii or anything like that. The Wii.
No, and they've already stated that the Wii
they're
is
still doing Wii stuff.
Yes, they will support the Wii. They always do this. It means that if the Wii U completely crashes and burns, and I'm one of 5 people who owns one, they still have the Wii to fall back on.
Yeah.
Once the Wii U starts doing well enough, which I'm assuming it will.
I can't see it not.
No.
To be quite honest, it won't.
Especially now.
It's just not day one.
It won't be day. Well,
it will. Okay, it will be day one, but it's more like the insane rabbit people going like, I want one right now. But so I mean, for me, I'm not.
But I mean, sure. You know, as soon as they show off a Zelda game.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's gonna flock to be like, I want a Wii U. We're sold out.
Yeah.
And then they'll go onto eBay for ones that are like $600, $700, $1,000.
Because that's all Nintendo needs to do. Is like, oh, we've got this game coming.
A Zelda
game. Here's the first screenshot from a Zelda game, and it'll show like Link in
a pose.
In a pose and it's in like
HD. And it'll be completely new. Blah 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 blah. And
his shield will have some weird symbol on it, and everybody will be like.
And analyzing it, which part of the timeline it is, and blah, blah, blah.
And then it'll start, and people will literally buy. Because there are people out there who I have read on game forums that they have bought a Wii just for Zelda.
Do you remember the first GameCube trailer for Zelda?
Oh, yeah.
And then it became Wind Waker.
Yeah. I loved that.
The one they showed off at Space World. Like
that tech demo. They show a tech demo, and everybody's like, oh my god!
It looked great.
It did, but so did Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker blew it out of the water, but
like everybody's like, "What's this kitty thing?" And I'm like, "Are you? Do you see?" And then that's my problem too. Is all of these people growing up in a non-Super Nintendo era, they all of a sudden think that, you know, everything is supposed to look really realistic and like hyper realistic and super awesome, and all of a sudden, Nintendo makes this game that honestly, cell shading at that point in time was new, and very impressive.
It's, even by today's standards.
Wind Waker's still gorgeous.
Even by today's standards, you are getting a fantastic looking game.
Yeah. And people were like, what the hell is this? And people who played it, who weren't really sure about the graphics, they were like, oh, okay, this game is good. Like, it's still Zelda.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
The only reason why I stopped playing it is because I had a fucking escort mission.
Oh.
I hate those. That one dungeon.
So did you ever get to having to get Triforces out of the water? No. Because that was the most annoying part of that entire
game. Great. Other than looking fantastic, I missed out a lot of other things.
Yeah. The end boss, like the last boss fight.
I saw that though.
So awesome.
I saw that. Yeah. Blink stabs him in the freaking head.
I know.
And blood comes out.
And you're just like
violent as
You're sitting there with your GameCube controller like, what was that? Holy God.
So, Wii U.
Yes.
Go get pre-orders. You can still get your pre-orders.
And definitely, if you're going to, don't be a cheapskate and spend the extra $50.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, it's pretty much worth it.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they didn't like throw an extra gamepad in.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too, but who knows what they're really
their master plan. I'm looking for a bit of trivia from Zelda. Ignore me. It's actually really you will appreciate it a lot if I can find it.
Either way, another kind of slow week on the website just because I've been schooling and this and thatting, and I will soon get my schedule all figured out. I swear. And I mean, really, it's Hump Day Humor and Question of the Week. So our website's still doing what our website's always been dedicated in doing, which is reviewing stuff. And of course, Tony, you still get your Sunday afternoon time wasters up. So.
Yep. I don't know what I'm putting this week.
Well, this week's was Assassin's Creed meets parkour.
Oh yeah, the parkour thing.
Yep.
The Assassin's Creed movie.
Yep.
Pretty much, that's essentially what it is. Yep. Looks good. The guy's really talented. I'm surprised.
Those parkour guys always are, though.
Yeah.
Like.
But he did it in costume.
Yeah.
He didn't do it in like running shorts.
Oh no, but like that kind of stuff just boggles my mind all the time. But
there's a TARDIS in Diablo 1. Oh, and Fallout. Never mind. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Thursday, Dust, and Elysian Tale, which I've talked about on the...
Yeah, we've gone through that. So yes. It's a colorful game. It's
already colorful game.
Already very unique.
Well, it's
unique.
It's unique in its own way.
Yeah.
But it is just a platformer action slashy game, which I'm not complaining about.
Yep.
I've had...
Because how much you paid for that? 1,600 points, right?
I don't even think that much. It was $18, so it's 1,200 points.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So $18.
Get you.
I have played it more than enough to pay for that.
Yep.
The only game I have not played out of the ones that I bought is Deadlight, but that's just because I haven't gotten around to it. It's not that I'm avoiding it. I've just not gotten to it yet. So. And then today's movie review.
The Mystery Team. I've been waiting forever to watch this movie. The Mystery Team is... there's a little backstory behind this. The Mystery Team is made by a group of people called Their Comedy. These guys make a wealth... or actually before the movie. They're obviously busy now. Before the movie, they made these one-bit sketches. Just really random stuff. Really, really funny. Most notably, Donald Glover.
Yes.
Which is... he's obviously busy now because he's on Community.
So, and hopefully he'll remain busy for at least another...
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
So
they're on they're going into season 4, so at least another 3 seasons, and then of course the movie Community.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How funny would that be?
That'd be great.
But the Derek Comedy guys, after fulfilling a lot of YouTube, making money off of YouTube, they said, "Hey, let's make a movie." So they all got together and they made a not a live action, but like a full.
Cool. You can just click on it.
No, no, I can't. It just keeps changing.
I know, but...
so they got together and made a movie called The Mystery Team, which is exactly... It's about these kids that never really fully grew up in the real world being detectives. Solving really dumb little crimes like who stole blah blah blah's diary or who blah blah put their finger in the pie. But now they're almost full-grown adults, and they're still trying to solve those crimes. Whereas they try to... Donald Glover, he plays Jason? I don't know. But he essentially tries to be Troy from Community.
Right.
Essentially. That's, without a doubt, is practically Troy from Community. And I'm a firm believer in that the Mystery Team pretty much got Dan Harmon's attention and then said, "Hey guys, would you like to work for my TV show?"
Right.
And that's why they don't make one sketches anymore.
Right, because they're working on
Community. Like even the entire cast of Derek Comedy, they do make appearances in the show from time to time. And Mystery Team is hilarious. It is crude. It is funny. It is just barely at the point where it's offensive.
So like Community.
Yeah. Oh, even more than Community.
Wow, because they can get away with...
They can get away with a lot more because it's an indie film.
Yes.
It's on DVD. Go find it at your local DVD selling store or iTunes. I think iTunes will be your best bet right now to find it, just because you don't want to go through the hassle. I went through the hassle to find it on DVD because I wanted it, a physical copy of it. Right. Just to say that I had it, and if I ever meet Donald in person, I'll just get him to sign it. So, I'm really happy with my purchase of the $10 DVD. By the way, HMV tried to sell it to me for like $25. Oh. And then I was like, no.
That's not gonna.
Future Shop's selling it for $11. What are you gonna do for me? And they were selling it for $11, and so the guy literally said, "Okay, $10."
Cool.
And I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. You don't, because I didn't even show proof of it being. I could have said like it was $5. I'm being honest.
Did you know Best Buy is selling this for $5?
Did you know
that's the complete box set of Supernatural? I know. They're having a really big sale on right now.
It's the entire season. It's the entire up to season 7 of Supernatural. Yeah. Sir, season 7 isn't out yet. It's just being aired on TV. That's a really good site. It's really, you will spend hours looking at it. I guarantee you. But yeah, Mystery Team, go find and watch it however you want to. Yep. I will not say anything.
There you go.
But it's a great movie.
Well, with that.
Yes.
Signing off.
Yes.
Good day.
And morning.
And nighting and... Oh, yeah, that was site news. We're done.
Yeah, good. Wow. Bye.
Bye.